I've got to confess something right at the start. I am tired. Not just had a long day tired. I'm talking woke fatigue. Entitlement fatigue, main character fatigue. Every time I scroll through my phone, turn on the news, or even overhear a conversation in a coffee shop, I catch another whiff of someone acting like the entire planet spins because of their delicate little ego. And I'm done. You're done. We're all done. Now don't get me wrong. Every one of us has the same rights, the same opportunities, and the same shot at messing things up. But here's the kicker. Some people think their rights should come with bonus points, free upgrades, and maybe even a parade in their honor. They want special treatment, but when you call it out, they play the victim like they just lost a starring role in their own Netflix series. It's like there's this epidemic of folks who live in a permanent state of main character syndrome. They think the rest of us are side characters in their personal soap opera. And today, we're going to talk about those 10 kinds of people who act like the world owes them. Not a little, not some, but everything. First off, let's address the perpetual victim. You know the one. No matter what happens, they are never responsible. Their boss didn't promote them? Must be discrimination? Their business failed? Society's fault. They trip on the sidewalk? Honestly, capitalism did that. I've met people who could spill coffee on themselves and somehow find a way to make it my problem. And heaven forbid you suggest accountability, because then suddenly you're oppressing them. Look, I get it, life isn't fair. But crying victim every time reality slaps you in the face doesn't make you a hero. It makes you exhausting. And right on the heels of the victim comes their twin cousin, the professional offender. These people wake up every morning, stretch, open Twitter, and go, all right, who am I going to cancel today? Their entire career is built on being outraged. It doesn't matter if you said it 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or last Tuesday. They'll dig it up, slap it on a trending hashtag, and demand your head. And don't even try apologizing. Apologies are like oxygen to them. They'll inhale yours and then scream louder because now they've got proof you're guilty. We're all suffering from cancel fatigue. But let's not stop there, because next on the list is the identity investor. This one's fun. They've staked their entire personality on a single label. Could be gender, sexuality, politics, even astrology. Doesn't matter. They grab that label like it's a golden ticket and demand the rest of us rearrange our lives to accommodate it. Do I respect your right to live as you wish? Absolutely. But when you demand the whole world bow down to your every whim because of your identity, sorry, that's not equality. That's tyranny dressed up in rainbow colors. And then we've got the corporate wokester. Honestly, these people make me laugh. You know the type. Billion-dollar companies pretending to be oppressed so they can sell you a new soda flavor or a rainbow-colored sneaker. They put justice in their commercials and exploitation in their supply chains. They'll fire an employee for misgendering someone in an email, but still pay overseas workers 5 cents an hour to make their hoodies. We're not stupid. We know when you're using social justice like a coupon code, that's not progress, that's marketing. But hold on, don't go anywhere, because here comes my personal favorite, the outrage entrepreneur. These are the folks who realized you can actually make a living off being angry. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're pointing their ring light at their face and yelling about how society is oppressing them, while asking you to hit the donate link in their bio. These people are basically beggars with better lighting. Outrage is their brand, and you are the customer. And people wonder why we have rage fatigue. Right behind them is the hypocritical crusader. Oh, you know this one. They scream about climate change from their private jet. They talk about equality while living in a gated mansion. They shout, "Eat the rich," while rocking Gucci shoes. And the second you point out their hypocrisy, they'll tell you you're just jealous. No, Karen, I'm not jealous. I just don't like being lectured by someone whose carbon footprint is bigger than my entire hometown. Speaking of Karens, let's talk about the entitlement Karen. These people aren't just entitled, they're weapons-grade entitled. They march through life demanding special treatment like it's their birthright. The world must bend, the rules must change, and if anyone says no, cue the meltdown. And listen, Karens come in all shapes and genders these days. We've got male Karens, Zoomer Karens, corporate Karens. It's not about the haircut, it's about the attitude. And their motto is always the same: rules are for other people. But if you think Karens are bad, wait until you meet the trendy martyr. This is the person who turns every minor inconvenience into a social movement. They didn't get enough likes on their post? That's cyber oppression. Their favorite soy latte is sold out? That's corporate discrimination. And when real problems exist in the world, these people hijack the conversation to make everything about themselves. You stub your toe? They'll turn it into a TED Talk. And of course, you can't forget the online messiah. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about people spreading the word of God or living out their faith. I respect that. I'm talking about the wannabe saviors of social media who act like reposting a TikTok or slapping a hashtag on their profile is going to heal the world. They think their inspirational Instagram quotes make them prophets, when really they're just parroting the last podcast they half heard while scrolling Twitter. They're shallow, they're loud, and they honestly believe activism means reposting an infographic. Spoiler, it doesn't. Finally, let's wrap up with the special rules crowd. You know, the people who think laws, rules, and standards should be rewritten just for them. I don't need to work hard. You should change the system so I succeed by default. I don't need to respect your beliefs, but you must respect mine. It's always one way. Equality means we all play by the same rules, but to these people, equality means you sacrifice, I benefit. And when the rest of us say no, they scream oppression. And there you have it, the 10 archetypes blended into one giant, exhausting circus of entitlement. Victims, offenders, identity investors, wokesters, outrage entrepreneurs, hypocrites, Karens, martyrs, messiahs, and the special rules brigade. The world doesn't revolve around them, but if you listen long enough, you'd think it did. The truth is, we're all dealing with this cultural exhaustion. Woke fatigue, cancel fatigue, outrage fatigue. We are tired of tiptoeing around people who confuse their preferences with universal laws. Tired of watching corporations pander while they profit. Tired of fake crusaders demanding we applaud their hypocrisy. And I'll tell you what I'm really tired of. Being told that the rest of us, the normal, everyday people who go to work, pay our bills, and try to live decent lives, are somehow the villains in this story. We're not the villains, we're just done playing extras in someone else's drama. So here's my final word. The world doesn't revolve around you. It doesn't revolve around me either. It spins on its own, with or without your permission. And if you keep demanding the rest of us bow down to your special little throne, don't be surprised when people stop listening, because fatigue is setting in. And once fatigue turns into refusal, well, your little kingdom of entitlement crumbles pretty quick. So to all the professional victims, the cancel crusaders, the identity investors, the corporate wokesters, the outrage entrepreneurs, the hypocrites, the Karens, the trendy martyrs, the online messiahs, and the special rules crowd, congratulations. You've given the world fatigue, and trust me, once people are this tired, they stop playing your game. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time.